Hi guys, have a nice day and thank you for watching English Carbo again and welcome to Buhay sa Dubai video series. And today, ang pag-uusapan po natin is the most common question na natatanggap ko po from all of my followers ng mga Filipinos from Philippines na gusto pong pumunta rito sa Dubai. So ano po yung tanong na yon? Yun po ay ang paano nga ba maiwasan or how to avoid na ma-upload sa naiya pa lang. Offloading ang pinakamahirap na maaring mangyari sa'yo kapag nasa naiya ka na. Okay, you're like leaving Philippines, going to whatever country yung destination mo. Ito yung nagpapainit ng ulo mo, na nagpapasama ng loob mo. It's because, of course, you exerted money, time, effort, and energy and all. Your plans, your dream, your life is nandun na. Okay? Naka-ready na lahat. It's just that may simpleng problema ka lang sa immigration officer natin or there are some certain documents na hiningi sa'yo na hindi mo na-provide. Dahil doon, na-hold ka. Kaya ka na-offload. So today, isi-share ko sa inyo kung paano nga ba maiwasan yun, okay? Paano maiwasan na nandun ka na, nakapagpadispedida ka na sa pamilya mo at barkada mo, and yet, after a couple of hours, bumalik ang luhaan kasi na-hold ka at na-offload ka. So, panoorin nyo. Number one tip guys, for all of you who are planning to go abroad, is of course, you have to have at least 6 months valid Philippine passport. Kasi of course, the immigration will not allow you to fly if, let's say, next week, expired na yung passport mo. So, that's really important. Okay, and there are 3 types of Filipino travelers. Number 1 po is as tourist. Okay, if you're flying as tourist, you have to make sure, guys, that you have a hotel bookings, your financial statement, maaari pong certificate of employment indicating your salary, or a bank record of your credit cards. Kasi parang it will show to them na you are able or capable of, traveling abroad and enjoy there as tourist. Diba? Parang, it's a big question kasi kapag mukha ka namang mahirap, how can you go there? How can you afford it? Okay? Importante po yun. And of course, make sure po that you have a return ticket which is valid doon sa araw na you're allowed to stay in a certain country. For example, there are some countries kasi na we are free visa for 30 days, for like 10 days, etc. etc. So, dapat yung return ticket nyo should be within that span of time. Okay? And another one is, of course, for all Filipino OFWs, na magtatrabaho sa abroad. Okay, importante po that you have it in your hand, your work contract. Okay, yung kontrata nyo na meron kayong trabaho sa bansang pupuntahan nyo. Okay, that's really important. And you have to have the copy of your PDOS and OEC. Tama ba? It's called OEC, work visa. And dapat OWA member kayo. Although, hindi masyadong hinahanap yun, but guys, it's always better na you are prepared, di ba? Para any information or any papers na hinahanap nila para sa inyo is meron kayo. And the last one is, of course, is if you're flying as visit visa. So it's important, guys, that you have, of course, your visit visa with you, original, okay? Hindi po siya photocopy. And of course, affidavit of support. Importante po yun. Of course, gusto nilang malaman na kung sino may bibisitahin mo sa bansang yan, they are the one who are responsible for your stay. Nasusuportahan ka nila sa bahay mo, natitirhan mo, food, etc. etc. So, importante po yun. Okay? And number 2, guys, is you have to provide a consistent answers to all the questions of Bureau of Immigration Officers. Importante po yun. For example, if you're traveling as tourist, okay, huwag kayong magkukwento na you are planning to find job there, sa lugar na yun. Because you are a tourist. Okay? Parang that's a big question. Alright? And, for example, you have to be ready, guys, and with the questions, and you have to answer it straightforward. Kailangan pagtanong, sagot ka agad. Okay? Hindi yung tipong, you are not sure of your answers. For example, if you're traveling as visit visa, pag tinanong ka who is your sponsor, dapat kilala mo siya. Okay, kaano-ano mo siya. Okay, you have to know kung ano yung work niya sa abroad, ilang taon na siya doon. Diba? Kasi most of the time, tinatanong po yung travel history niya. When was the last time na bumalik siya ng abroad? Okay? You have to know the person na nag-sponsor po sa'yo. Okay? And for example, there are times where you're being asked with a certain attraction dun sa bansa na pupuntahan mo. Okay? Dapat you know. For example, if you're like tourist visa, ano ba kasi, anong reason why do you have to go to Dubai? Okay? And the best answer for that, of course, here in Dubai, you can find the one and only 7-star hotel in the whole world. That's the Burj Al Arab. And of course, the tallest building in the whole world. And a lot more. So you have to be really confident answering their questions. Importante po yon. And another one, kapag for example po, tinanong kayo na why you have to go to Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Kasi nga, if you're just tourist, for example, meron namang malalapit na bansa like Singapore and Hong Kong na may free access tayo ng visa. Why do you have to go there? Okay, you have to have a honest answer. Na alam mo yun yung nakikita ng sincerity mo sa sagot mo. Hindi yung tipong parang you are not sure of your answers. Or else, malaking problema nga talaga yon. Okay, you have to be ready sa immigration officers. Kailangan yung tipong you are sure of your answers. Yun lang po yan, kailangan mo ng confident. Yun yung sekreto doon para hindi ka ma-offload. Okay guys, and number 3 is of course you have to dress appropriately. Diba? Yung tipong mukha ka mahirap. Hindi okay yun. Of course, they're going to question your credibility na mag-abroad. So guys, if you can afford to talagang dress up, then why not? For example, if you're going to countries na winter, at least you have to bring jacket. Yung tipong, para maging legitimate yung pagta-travel mo, na pupunta nga talaga siya doon. Okay? Because he's prepared na talaga may coat and jacket and kung ano-ano pang panlaban sa lamig, ang dala mo. It should be outside. Carry mo siya. Okay? And for example, if you're traveling like Middle East, dito po sa Dubai, we know that, people are conservative here. So you have to be like wearing yung medyo conservative type of clothing. Kasi alam mo naman, di po pwedeng pupunta ka rito na para kang pokpok. And malaking question yun. You're going to what? Saudi Arabia and you're wearing braless shirt. Yung ganun. So it's going to be a big question talaga. Okay? And another one is, for example, you're a tourist, you have to dress like a turista. Okay, you have your camera, you have gadgets, everything in your body, yung tipong ganon. You have to show them na appearance mo pa lang is a check. Di ba? Yung tipong turista, mukhang bag niya, knapsack lang. Parang malabo yata yun. Di ba? So, guys, dressing appropriately is really important. Okay, for example, in your papers, sa Philippines, you are a businessman. Dress like a businessman, okay? Hindi yung tipong parang inutusan ka lang. Okay? And for number 4, guys, is kung po pwede lang sana, it is better, guys, if you travel by group. Hindi yung solo ka lang. Okay, this is based on my interview po sa mga followers ko na nakarating na dito. This is common. Oh, why are you just traveling alone? Diba? For example, if you're tourist, parang malungkot yata maging turista sa isang bansa na you are just alone. And commonly kasi, guys, pag tourist, grupo, family, or group of friends, etc., etc. So if you have like plans of doing that, you have better po if you can find companions. Okay? Kasi kadalasan, pag mag-isa ka lang, marami kasing tanong why you are just alone? Okay? Pero kung hindi po talaga maiiwasan na you are just alone, just have to be ready lang sa mga, alam mo yung mga alanganing tanong nila, you have to be ready. Okay? Dapat mapaghandaan mo yon. Sabi ko nga, before you go to immigration or NAIA, dapat sigurado ka sa mga isasagot mo. Para maiwasan yung ma-offload ka. Okay? And, iwasan naman po pag grupo naman kayo, tipong baka mamaya sobrang sexy yung lahat, baka isipin nila baka mga sex worker kayo doon sa bansang yon. So, wag naman ganon. Okay? Pwede naman damit decente, katulad nito. Pero mo ako, ang gwapo ko, di ba? Kasi wala kita lang, formal na formal to Parang gwapo. So, alam mo, minsan, sometimes, guys, I admit, di ba, pag may itsura, medyo may consideration ng konti. Kaya dapat maging pogi kayo. Joke lang, mag-royal kayo. Mag-gluta power. Okay. So yun lang guys, especially po ito, yung tip na sinashare ko today is special po for females. Kasi mas maganda na grupo. Because these immigration officers just wanted to protect you, okay, na maaring hindi magandang mangyari and all. So it's also for your protection. Okay, huwag masyadong magalit sa mga immigration officers natin. And for number 5 guys, you have to be firm on your purpose of your travels. Okay, you have to be confident talaga during interviews. Okay, the reason for that guys, sabi nga iniiwasan kasi nila yung mga undocumented workers na magtatrabaho sa ibang bansa or baka drug career ka lang. You know, these are the main reasons why finifilter po ng mga ng Bureau of Immigration Officers natin yung magta-travel abroad. Our company or our government is earning of course from travelers. Alam natin na kumikita sila, but then of course it's also our extra protection na hindi tipong baka mapariwala lang yung buhay mo doon, 'di ba? So they really wanted your safety din guys. Hindi lang yung tipong gusto lang nila ng lagay, okay? I don't mind about the lagay, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, that's a different topic. But then guys, gusto ko lang po kasi sabihin sa inyo na you have to be ready talaga to the place na napupuntahan mo. So, lucky to those who are going to Dubai because I have a lot of videos na sinishare kung ano pong itsura ng buhay dito. Ano yung mga maaaring mapuntahan, ano talaga yung kultura dito, at ang kaya hinat na ng mga Filipino na dito sa Dubai. So, you have that advantage, okay? Para during na tinanong ka, why Dubai? So, maraming sagot because parang Quiapo lang yun, sir. There are a lot of Filipinos there. And you know, Dubai is the safest place among all Middle East country. Kasi nga medyo open city, so medyo may makaluwagan ng konti, okay? Pwede kang mag-dress na kita yung mukha, yung buhok mo, pwede kang mag-short ng hindi sobrang iksi, alam mo yun, may konting kaluwagan. So, for all of you guys who are traveling abroad, you have to have a pre-research, okay, about the place. Know the culture, know the things na ano pwede mong gawin doon, ano yung mga activities na plan mo gawin doon. Okay, para just in case na paikot-ikutin ka man about the country na pupuntahan mo, you know how to answer, na talagang alam niya. He knows well. Okay? Dapat meron kang alam. Hindi magmukha kang tanga, mahirap yun. Of course, kasi yung alanganing sagot sa mga immigration officer natin is really a no-no. And number 6, have your financial statement, not financial statement, have your financial details ready. Okay? Although guys, based on experience, and sa kwento po sa akin ng ilang followers ko na nakarating na dito, hindi naman siya masyadong hinahanap talaga. But just in case, alam mo yun, it is better na, especially, okay, isa-isahin ko ha. If you are an OFW, na employment visa, it's okay lang. You don't need that. Okay? Because you come here to work. Okay? Na wala ka talagang pera sa Pinas, punta ka rito para magtrabaho at kumita ng pera. So, no need to prepare that. But for tourists, okay, you have to be ready about it. Of course, especially if you are unemployed. Teka, wala kang trabaho, how can you afford this? Okay? So, there are times where you need some letter of support from your family member na nandiyan sa ibang bansa na they are the one willing to spend, to give you expenses. Okay? Sila yung gagastos ng travel mo na yan. That's also a big help, guys. Okay? But if you're a visit visa, make sure po na talagang you have an affidavit of support from your family na nandito po sa ibang bansa. Okay? Especially in Dubai, it's really important na meron talagang support from your family member. Kaya nga guys, there's a law here in Dubai now that only na pwede mag-visit visa are those mga kamag-anak talaga, not just friends. Okay? And common question po sa lahat, paano yung fiancé? Kasi hindi kayo magka-apelyido. I think pwede po siya. You have to have prepare lang yung mga proof na talagang girlfriend mo siya. Okay, maybe pictures can help. Although hindi naman siya, napakaliit lang po ng story ang narinig ko about yung ganong issue. But at least, being ready is always better, di ba? And for number 7, guys, is you have to know your sponsor. You have to know all the details, okay, as much as possible. For example, in-sponsor lang kayo ng somebody, let's say kamag-anak nyo, you have to know, guys, kung saan siya nakatira, the address, you have to know the job, you have to know kung kailan yung huling travel nga niya, kung kailan siya nagsimulang mag-abroad, etc., etc. Let's say, if you're sponsored by a company, you have to know yung business line ng company na yon, di ba? Ilang branches meron sila, or if you're, let's say, sponsored by a school, You have to know the location, the school, anong klaseng school yun, etc. etc. You have to know all the details of your sponsor. Hindi yung tipong in-sponsoran ka na lang, talo-talo na. Delikado po yun. Kasi simpleng tanong na hindi mo masagot might, might tend na isipin ng isang immigration, pa-offload ka na lang. Okay, kasi parang wala kang, hindi legitimate yung And guys, for number 8, you have to secure clearances. Okay. One example for this is, for example, sinabi mo na you go in this country for tourist lang. To prove, guys, that you are really a tourist lang talaga, you have to provide a copy of your work contract sa Philippines. Na kunyari, yung kontrata mo is until ganito. Okay? Or you can provide nyo yung mga company IDs nyo. Malaking bagay po yun para isipin po ng mga immigration officers natin na talagang pupunta ka talaga doon, okay? Na may trabaho ka pa talaga sa Pilipinas, na you're really planning to go back. Yun po yung common kasi na hinahanap nila na talagang mapatunayan nilang talagang babalik ka pa. Okay? So, if you have yung mga ganong clearances, mas maganda po. For example, if you're a government employee, ask po a certificate from your superiors na they're allowing you to travel. And, of course, naka-indicate ito kung kailan kayo babalik. So, para maging legitimate po yung alis nyo. Okay? So, again, ulitin ko po, para naman po doon sa mga walang trabaho, this one is a problem. It's because, kanino ka hihingi? Nobody will give you clearance. Diba? But then, I don't know, ang dami pa rin nakakalusot. As long as they have yung mga company ID can help. Although, I told you guys, some of the things I'm sharing today is hindi naman talaga siya laging hinahanap. Okay? Hindi siya laging hinahanap. It's just that what I'm saying today is, maari na mahanap sa inyo to. Kunyari, may konting nakikita silang butas, they're going to find you something na can prove, okay, your reasons. So, mas maganda po if you can, then why not prepare? And for the last topic po na i-share ko sa inyo is, of course, you have to be aware of your past travels. Okay, this is especially for those tourists, okay, or yung mga OFW na nagtrabaho na before sa ibang bansa. Guys, you also have to keep in your mind, kasi, of course, gawa na computerized na po lahat. This immigration officers has a power to check po yung history ng travel nyo. For example, let's start with tourists. When was the last tour na ginawa mo? So you have to know the dates, kung saan bansa, kung how many days, etc. etc. So parang proof, actually guys, that's actually good na meron ka ng travel history. Because patunay lang na talagang you're a traveler. Okay? But asking, kunyari ko anong kailan yun, ilang araw, is also nakakatulong. And of course, for those who have experience na working abroad, kunyari naging OFW na sila dati, you also have to know the details. Na kunyari saan bansa ka pumunta dati, anong taon, anong trabaho mo doon, ano nangyari sa kontrata mo, natapos mo pa siya, etc. etc. So, yun lang po. Well, I think that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching English Carbo again. And before I end this video, I'd like to say hi po sa lahat po ng mga viewers ko na nanonood sa akin. Thank you so much po, and especially to those Filipinos na na-meet na po ako in person dito sa Dubai. Thank you so much, guys. Alam ko po mas gwapo po ako sa video compared po sa totoong buhay. Okay, but then, ang importante naman sa akin is yung YouTube, hindi yung totoong buhay. And what else? Guys, additional tip lang po, this is based on my experience. Not on my experience, on experiences po ng mga followers ko na nag-abroad. Ganito. Normally kasi, may isang scenario kasi na sa NAIA siya pumunta. Okay? Na-offload po siya doon. Ang ginawa niya, bumili ulit siya ng ticket, dumaan siya ng Clark. Of course, immigration from Clark, ina-trace yung record niya na na-offload siya sa NAIA. And, ayun, tinuluyan siyang ma-offload. Guys, I suggest po, based on my experience, not on my experience, based po sa mga sinishare sa akin ng mga followers ko, kapag na-offload po kayo sa NAIA, whatever the issue is, you have to resolve there. Kasi I have one follower, his name is Mark, na-offload yata siya sa Cebu. Okay? So, because there are some certain documents na hinihingi sa kanya, so ang ginawa niya, binalikan niya yon, same airport. Na kung ano yung issue, pre-provide niya yung mga certain requirements na hinihingi ng mga immigration officers. Kaya siya nakalusot. Okay? It's not that dahil na-offload ka dito sa kabilang airport, lilipat ka sa kabilang airport, malaking question yun. Okay? So, kung saan po kayo na-offload, kung ano man po yung mga problema doon, you can still go back there and fix kung ano man yung hinihingi nilang informations. Okay? So, that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching English Carve again. And, guys, please, try to subscribe in my channel. I really need more subscriptions. Okay? Or subscribers, I mean. Okay? And, ano pa ba? Please, guys, try to subscribe and write your comment below. You can also add me in my Facebook account. It's Juni Franco Sorzano. Bye, guys! Have a nice day! God bless you all! Keep on praying! Ciao!